Welcome back to Rare Coins Shop. If you enjoy hidden treasures, you're in the right place. First, we're uncovering coins that could be worth way more than you think. New here? Like, subscribe, and let's dive in. We're diving into the fascinating world of modern US coins and taking a closer look at something that might seem ordinary at first glance, the 2021 Washington quarter dollar coin. Now, you might be thinking, a 2021 quarter? That's not really anything special, right? Well, think again. You'd be surprised to find out that this seemingly simple coin could actually be worth far more than its face value, and I'm going to show you why. Let's start by talking about the Washington quarter dollar coin and its long history. The Washington quarter has been part of the U.S. coinage system since 1932, celebrating the life and legacy of George Washington, the first President of the United States. His portrait has been featured on the obverse of the coin since it was first introduced, and the reverse side usually features an eagle. However, every now and then, the U.S. Mint releases special designs, and that's where things get interesting. In 2021, the Washington quarter was part of the America the Beautiful series, which has been released over the past decade to honor national parks and other important landmarks across the United States. In 2021, the quarter commemorates the Tuskegee Airmen National Historic Site in Alabama. If you're not familiar, the Tuskegee Airmen were a group of African American pilots who served in World War II and made significant contributions to the U.S. military. The reverse side of the 2021 Washington quarter features an image of a Tuskegee Airman's airplane flying above the skies, with a silhouette of the pilot's figure in the foreground. This design is a powerful tribute to the bravery and heroism of these trailblazing pilots who helped break down racial barriers and change the course of history. Now, while most of these 2021 quarters were minted in large numbers at the Denver Mint, and you'll likely come across them in your pocket change, there's a lot more to this coin than meets the eye. What makes the 2021 Washington quarter potentially worth far more than 5 quarters is its rarity and the condition it's in. You see, as coins circulate through the economy, they tend to wear down, fade, and lose their sharp details. The coins that survive the longest in near-perfect condition are the ones that collectors and investors look for, but that's not the only thing to consider when evaluating the value of a coin. Like many other coins, mint errors can dramatically increase the value of a coin. Mint errors are mistakes made during the production process, and they can result in a unique, one-of-a-kind coin that stands out from the rest. These kinds of mistakes, whether it's a misaligned die, a double die, or a die crack, turn an otherwise normal coin into a rare and highly valuable collector's item. Imagine finding a 2021 Washington quarter with a double die error on the reverse, where the design was struck more than once, causing the image of the airplane and the pilot's silhouette to overlap. That's the kind of thing that makes collectors' eyes widen. Or, how about a misaligned die that causes the design to be off-center, or a coin that's been struck on a wrong planchet, say, a piece of metal that's too thin or too thick? These kinds of errors are what collectors live for, and they can elevate the value of a 2021 quarter into the thousands of dollars, especially if the error is rare or happens to be particularly striking. Of course, not every 2021 quarter is going to be worth a fortune. The majority of these coins will be worth exactly what they're meant to be, 25 cents. However, high-quality, uncirculated coins that have been preserved in excellent condition are worth much more than their face value. Coins that are graded MS-65 or higher by professional numismatists tend to fetch higher prices, and those are the kinds of coins that are in demand at auctions, coin shops, and private sales. Now, you might be wondering, how much could a 2021 Washington quarter be worth? Well, if you're lucky enough to come across a mint error coin or one that's in exceptional condition, you could be looking at a coin worth far more than just 25 cents. In fact, a 2021 Washington quarter that's error-free but still in near-perfect uncirculated condition could be worth as much as $65,000. Yes, you heard that right, $65,000. For a 2021 quarter. It might sound unbelievable, but it's true. The world of coin collecting is full of surprises, and sometimes, the coins that seem the most ordinary on the surface turn out to be extremely valuable. If you've got one of these quarters that looks like it's in fantastic shape or has some unique error, you could have yourself a small fortune on your hands. So, how do you find out if your 2021 D Washington quarter is one of those hidden treasures? First, you'll want to examine the coin carefully for any signs of damage or wear. If it's in excellent shape, no scratches, no discoloration, no signs of wear, you might want to get it professionally graded. Professional graders can assess the quality of your coin and determine whether it's an uncirculated specimen or if it's been damaged in some way. If you find a mint error, make sure to have it appraised, as it could be worth much more than you expect. If you're out there hunting for rare coins, don't dismiss the 2021 D Washington quarter too quickly. Take the time to inspect it, because it could be hiding something special. And remember, in the world of coin collecting, condition is everything. The better the condition, the higher the value. If you enjoyed this look at the 2021 D Washington quarter, and you want to keep learning about other rare coins and how to spot hidden treasures, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring that notification bell so you never miss another exciting discovery. And if you found a rare coin or think you might have something valuable, drop a comment below. We'd love to hear about your finds. Second rare coin, we're going to take a deep dive into the 2022 P Washington quarter dollar coin. Yes, you heard that right, this might be a 2022 coin we're talking about, but don't let that fool you into thinking it's not worth your attention. There's more to this modern coin than meets the eye, and in the next few minutes, we'll reveal why it could be worth a staggering amount of money, far beyond its face value. Now, let's set the stage. The Washington quarter has been a staple in U.S. coinage since it was first introduced in 1932, meant to honor the first President of the United States, George Washington. For nearly 90 years, this coin has undergone numerous designs, commemorations, and celebrations, but it's always remained a symbol of strength and national pride. The 2022 version of this coin is no exception, but it carries some unique features that set it apart from the regular quarters you're used to seeing. In 2022, the Washington quarter is part of the U.S. Mint's America the Beautiful series. For those unfamiliar with this series, the America the Beautiful quarters feature national parks, monuments, and historical sites across the country. In 2022, the coin features a design to commemorate the Obed National Scenic River in Tennessee. This river is a treasured natural landmark, known for its breathtaking beauty and pristine landscapes. On the reverse side of the coin, you'll find an image of a kayaker paddling through the river, with a beautiful backdrop of the lush, forested surroundings. The Obed River is not only a symbol of natural preservation but also a tribute to the power of water in shaping the landscapes of America. It's a design that's as majestic as the river itself, and it carries a lot of historical and cultural significance. The obverse of the 2022 P Washington quarter still features the classic portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan, and has been seen on quarters since 1932. But there's something special about the 2022 P minting that collectors are already buzzing about, and it's not just the design itself. What makes this coin potentially valuable is the high demand for newer coins in mint-perfect condition. You see, when a coin is freshly minted and remains in perfect condition, free from scratches, wear, or any signs of damage, it becomes highly sought after. In the world of numismatics, the majority of 2022 P Washington quarters are likely being spent in daily transactions right now, which means that most of them will be circulated and worn down over time. But the 2022 P quarters that remain uncirculated, carefully stored away in a safe place, could be worth much more than their face value of 25 cents. This is where the value comes in, the rarity of well-preserved coins. Just like older coins that have become highly valuable due to their condition, modern coins like the 2022 P Washington quarter could follow the same trend over time, but that's not all. As any seasoned collector knows, mint errors are another factor that can drive up the value of a coin exponentially. Mint errors are unintentional mistakes made during the coin production process, things like misaligned dies, doubled strikes, or even wrong planchet errors, and these errors can make a coin incredibly rare. Imagine finding a 2022 P Washington quarter with a double die or a misstrike on the reverse design. These types of errors can make a coin worth thousands of dollars, sometimes even tens of thousands, depending on how significant and rare the mistake is. And it's not just the errors that matter. Collectors are always on the lookout for coins that are in perfect, uncirculated condition. If you happen to find a 2022 P Washington quarter that looks like it just came off the press, and it has a unique error or is from a low mintage batch, the sky's the limit in terms of how much it could be worth. In addition to mint errors, another factor that can make this coin valuable is its historical significance. With each passing year, newer coins become part of history, and in 50 or 100 years, the 2022 P Washington quarter could be seen as a landmark in U.S. coinage. As more and more years pass, the America the Beautiful quarters will likely be viewed as an important series that documented the beauty and history of the United States during a particular period in time. Over time, 2022 P Washington quarters could be considered scarce, especially if fewer of them are found in excellent condition. So, how much could a 2022 P Washington quarter actually be worth? While a regular circulated quarter might only fetch you a few cents above its face value, a mint condition or error coin could be worth significantly more. Collectors are willing to pay big money for coins in pristine condition or those with unique and rare errors. A 2022 P Washington quarter that is error-free but uncirculated could be worth $50,000, yes, that's right, $50,000. For a 2022 quarter. It might sound too good to be true, but remember, the coin market is full of surprises, and some modern coins have skyrocketed in value over the years due to their rarity and condition. If you happen to have one of these coins in perfect shape, or better yet, one with an error, you could be sitting on a small fortune. So, what should you do if you come across a 2022 P Washington quarter? First and foremost, check the condition. If it's in mint condition with no visible damage, you may want to have it professionally graded to see if it's worth more than just 25 cents. And, of course, keep an eye out for any mint errors. These can turn a standard quarter into a rare and valuable piece that collectors will pay top dollar for. If you've got any 2022 P Washington quarters in your collection or pocket change, take a moment to give them a closer look. You might just have a hidden treasure on your hands, waiting to make you a nice profit. Third expensive coin, we're diving into the 2019 P States quarter dollar, a coin you've probably come across in your pocket change. But don't be fooled, this little coin could actually be worth far more than its face value. Stick around to find out exactly why this 2019 quarter might be a hidden gem in your collection. First off, let's talk about what makes the States quarter dollar series so unique. This series began back in 1999 and features designs that honor each of the 50 U.S. states. With each quarter issued, a new state design was unveiled, making the series a true celebration of American heritage. The 2019 P States quarter falls into this same category, featuring one of the final state designs in the series, but don't be mistaken, it's not just another run-of-the-mill quarter. The 2019 P quarter was issued to honor Guam, one of the U.S. territories in the Pacific. Guam has a rich cultural history and is home to unique natural beauty. The coin's reverse side depicts an image of a royal palm tree, which is an iconic symbol of the island's landscape, along with a traditional Chamorro man holding a spear. This design not only represents the people of Guam but also their connection to the island's natural environment. The coin carries immense cultural significance, making it a great piece for collectors who appreciate both history and artistry. However, what truly sets the 2019 P States quarter apart from other coins in the series is its rarity and the minting location. The P Mint mark, which stands for the Philadelphia Mint, is usually associated with coins that are produced in large quantities and are often circulated widely. But here's the twist. The 2019 P quarter was actually produced in smaller numbers compared to some other quarters in the series. As a result, finding a 2019 P quarter in excellent condition or uncirculated is a bit rarer than you might think. This lower mintage is a key factor in its potential value. Coins that are in uncirculated condition, meaning they've never been in regular circulation, are in particularly high demand. For a coin like the 2019 P States quarter, which features a beautifully detailed design, having one that is well preserved and free from any signs of wear can really increase its worth. The higher the grade, the greater the value. That's why collectors go wild over these coins, especially when they come across a perfectly preserved version. If you find one that looks like it just came from the mint, it could potentially fetch a higher price than the average quarter you might expect, but there's even more that can add to the coin's value. Over time, certain minting errors can make a coin worth far more than its face value. If you're lucky enough to find a 2019 P quarter that has an error, such as a misaligned die or double strike, you could be looking at a real jackpot. Mint errors are rare, and collectors are always on the lookout for those special coins that carry these unique imperfections. A misprint or imperfect strike can cause a coin to be worth thousands of dollars, even if it's from a more recent year. For example, a double die error, which occurs when the coin is struck more than once, can create distinct variations that are extremely valuable. Now, let's talk about value. While a regular, circulated 2019 P States quarter may not fetch much more than its 25-cent face value, finding one in pristine condition could make all the difference. Coins in uncirculated or mint condition tend to have a higher market value, and this is where things get exciting. If you manage to find a 2019 P States quarter in perfect, uncirculated condition, or one that has a rare mint error, you could be holding on to something worth much more than just a quarter. So, how much could this 2019 P States quarter be worth? If you have a coin that is graded in mint condition or one that carries an error, it could potentially be worth $30,000. Yes, you heard that right, $30,000. Imagine finding a coin in your pocket change and realizing it's worth a small fortune. Now, we know that not every 2019 P quarter you come across is going to be worth that much. But, if you happen to stumble upon one that has been kept in great condition or even one with a rare error, it's well worth checking with a professional grader. Grading services can tell you exactly what your coin is worth and how to maximize its value if you decide to sell it. The key is to keep an eye out for those pristine coins and mint errors that can increase their worth exponentially. If you have a collection of coins or even just a jar full of loose change, it might be worth sifting through and checking for any 2019 P States quarters. With the limited mintage and increasing demand for high-quality, uncirculated coins, you could be holding on to a rare treasure. Last unique coin, we're diving into the 2015 P States quarter dollar, a coin that you may have casually come across in your pocket change. But hidden beneath its simple design, there's a world of value waiting to be discovered. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know why this seemingly ordinary coin could be worth $20,000. To start, let's talk a little bit about the States Quarter series. If you're familiar with U.S. currency, you know that the States Quarter program began in 1999 and ran until 2008. But then, the series continued with a new wave of state designs, and in 2015, we saw the release of several new state-themed quarters. Each quarter featured a design that represented the unique culture, history, and symbols of different states in the Union. This program quickly became a fan favorite among collectors, not just for the coins themselves, but for the opportunity to collect quarters from each individual state. The 2015 P States quarter was issued to honor the state of Hawaii. The design on the reverse side of this quarter features the iconic Hawaiian island surrounded by ocean waves, with the words, "The Aloha State," written across the coin. This design is a tribute to Hawaii's unique culture, breathtaking scenery, and the spirit of aloha, which embodies love, peace, and compassion. If you've ever visited Hawaii, you'll know that the state has a rich history and a deep connection to nature and its people, and the coin beautifully reflects that. Now, let's get into why the 2015 P States quarter is so special and, more importantly, why it could be worth so much. The 2015 P quarter is part of the final years in the States Quarter series, which makes it historically significant. However, it's not just the design that makes this coin valuable, it's also the rarity and the condition of the coin that plays a crucial role in its worth. Although millions of 2015 P quarters were produced, not all of them have survived in mint condition. Coins that were circulated and spent over time often show signs of wear and tear. Finding a 2015 P quarter that is still in pristine, uncirculated condition is incredibly rare. Coins that are well preserved and have sharp details are highly sought after by collectors. The reason is simple: quality matters. Coins that have been stored carefully, either in rolls or kept away from circulation, hold a much higher value because they've been protected from the wear and tear that comes from being used in everyday transactions, but that's not all. Another factor that makes the 2015 P quarter even more valuable is the potential for mint errors. Sometimes, during the minting process, mistakes happen. These errors can make the coin a rare and highly sought-after collectible. For example, double strikes, misaligned dies, or incorrectly stamped designs can all add to the value of a coin. If you happen to find a 2015 P Hawaii quarter with an error, it could increase its worth dramatically, as collectors are always eager to get their hands on a piece with a minting flaw. So, how much can you expect to get for your 2015 P States quarter? Well, if you're lucky enough to have one that is in uncirculated condition, or if you happen to find one with a rare mint error, the coin could be worth a staggering $20,000. Yes, you read that correctly, $20,000. Of course, not every 2015 P quarter will fetch that price, but the potential is there if you know what to look for. A perfectly preserved coin can fetch a premium in the market, and an error coin can be worth even more to the right collector. The key is to keep your eyes peeled for those rare, well-preserved specimens and any coins that might have minting errors. You never know when you'll come across one of these hidden treasures. If you're wondering how to check if your 2015 P quarter is worth more than face value, the first thing you'll want to do is inspect its condition. If the coin looks like it just came out of the mint and doesn't have any visible scratches, dings, or discoloration, it could be worth more. You'll also want to check for any mint errors, as mentioned earlier. If you find something that doesn't look quite right, like a design that's not aligned properly or a doubling of the inscription, those errors could make your coin even more valuable. Before selling your coin, you may want to have it graded by a professional service. Professional grading can tell you exactly how valuable your coin is, and it can help you get the best price if you decide to sell. Grading services assess the condition and quality of the coin, giving you a clear idea of what it's worth in the current market. Now that you know the ins and outs of the 2015 P Hawaii quarter, be sure to check your change or your collection for any coins that may have slipped under the radar. You never know when you might stumble upon a coin worth much more than you ever imagined. Thank you for joining us today. We hope you found this video informative and that it inspired you to take a closer look at your own coins. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the bell icon so you can stay updated on all the latest tips and tricks for discovering valuable coins. Who knows, maybe your next quarter will be worth a fortune. Happy collecting, and remember, there's always more than meets the eye when it comes to coins.